Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being here to this Ayurveda Wellness webinar. As many of you know, my name is Lorena Carroll, and I'm an Ayurveda Wellness consultant. I'm also a certified teacher of Transcendental Meditation. I live and work in the Chicago area, and this evening's presentation is going to be on cell phone radiation and also the electromagnetic field. So firstly, I just want to let you know that I understand that cell phones are a part of our lives, and we have cell phone towers everywhere, and I understand that to a certain extent we must embrace this advanced technology, and I think that it can be very, very useful to us in many, many ways. However, many of you may already know and have heard of the negative effects of cell phone radiation. And what people don't understand is that cell phone towers have so much what they call microwaves. If you think about the microwaves, like the microwave ovens, now they're getting a bad rap. People are throwing them out rather than trying to zap their coffee or their water or whatever it might be. People are starting to become cognizant of the fact that microwaves are not good. Well, do you know that microwave ovens have the same radiation as a cell phone? This is my iPhone. It's on airplane mode right now. So this is microwave radiation. You might have seen videos years ago with showing how you can actually cook an egg. If if the cell phone is on long enough, it's going to cook an egg. So these are the things people are trying to do to demonstrate how much radiation there is, how much heat is coming from that cell phone. So this is the same radiation, just so you understand. This is microwave. Cell phones are microwave radiation. So what does that mean for us? How can we utilize it to our advantage in this modern age society where we do need to be accessible, and how can we protect ourselves? So there are a couple of wonderful websites I'm going to guide you to. One is called lessemf.com, www.lessemf.com, and the other one is www.creatinghealthyhomes. It could also be creatinghealthybuildings.com. And Aura Miller, who I will have on as a guest, I hope, at some point, he is an expert on how to reduce not only microwave radiation, but also electromagnetic field, which we're going to cover this evening as well. So what do I do to protect myself from the radiation? One thing is to keep your phone on airplane mode, and that's just where you see the little airplane on the left. When it's on airplane mode, you can text, obviously, and get calls, but you're not getting any of the radiation. So if you are shopping and you don't want to be bothered anyway, just keep it on airplane mode so that it's off. You can actually get your text messages sent to your phone or to your computer at home. So when you're at home, you can actually completely eliminate this, and you don't have to use it. And I know for some of you, you're going to probably go through withdrawals. But if you get your messages, your phone messages forwarded to your phone, regular landline, then you won't be having so much radiation. We do need to reduce the radiation. Why? If you look at the research that we already have on cell phone towers, for example, we know that people that live by cell phone towers, very close, within a half a mile or a mile, and sometimes they have cell phone towers in their backyard, we know that the rates of cancer are higher. And there was one very, very important study that was done, or a situation that happened to a young girl that really is telling us for sure that, without a doubt, that there are alarming concerns about the use of cell phones. There was a young girl, age 22. I don't know if many of you are aware of this, but it was all over Facebook. There are pouches. Now I'm going to take this out for you just for a moment because I have several things to show you. So you have this cell phone, and young ladies have pouches here. And actually, this is a larger phone, but certainly when we had the smaller phones, but still, there are pouches in the bra where you can actually just put the cell phone. All right. So you put the cell phone here, and the cell phone's on, and the radiation is coming more close to the body. So that's the first thing I recommend, not putting it close to the body. Why? Because this young girl, 22 years old, uh, she was she had been putting the phone here for many years, and she contracted breast cancer. Now, it is almost unheard of that any woman under age 40 would get breast cancer from at age 20 or 22. It's unheard of. It's a disease that afflicts women over age 40. So this was unheard of. Now, it was a very sad story. I believe she's doing well now, but she had to have a double mastectomy because one breast had cancer, then the other one, and they got it. It was so advanced, it spread to the liver, and I mean to the other organs, and she had to had many surgeries, and it was just a horrible situation. The doctors agreed that there is no other way that this could have happened, and the side that she got the breast cancer was the side that she had the telephone, the cell phone. So we know, I mean, can it be a coincidence? I don't think so. And if many of you are still doubting, this, you can go online and do your research. But the other research that's coming out is that if you talk to brain surgeons, they will tell you they have never in the history of the human race seen so many young adolescents and young adults have tumors. So that rate has grown. Sheryl Crow actually also had a tumor here behind her ear. She had to get it removed, and she openly talked about the fact that that was absolutely cell phone radiation. She used to put her cell phone here, and I know many people that have had little tumors and cancer, and it's all in this region. Why? Because you're using the cell phone like this. So what I recommend is, until the jury is still out, until we have more research, I recommend keeping your phones on airplane mode as much as possible. And when you're at night, people sleep with this under their pillow. And then they wonder why they're also frazzled during the day. This radiation zaps you of your energy and vitality. We have to take very seriously the electromagnetic field and the microwave field. We have to take it very seriously. So if you want to, really increase your energy, then I would shut these phones off during the day, shut them off whenever not in use. Texting is, preferable because you don't have to be putting it up to your ear. So, texting's okay. But still, we have to take a break from the radiation. It is imperative. If not, we're just going to ruin our physiologies and ruin our nervous system. When I started to, and actually those old flip phones, any of you that have the old flip phones where you don't even get any emails, those are the best phones. They have the least amount of radiation. So those of you, and there are some of you I know still have them, those are wonderful. So you don't get your emails, but not a big deal. You can do your emailing when you get home. So if you can, get an old flip phone, that's a good idea. So you keep it on airplane mode. You can have, for those of you that practice transcendental meditation, I tell you anyway, airplane mode, ringer off, and then you're set to go. Your emails are coming directly to your computer at home, and your phone calls are coming directly to your landline. So you can just switch it. As soon as you are at home, shut everything down. And I would really encourage you to sit down with your teenagers and discuss this with them. And of course, it gets into the whole issue of shutting down, that we've become addicted to all of the modern technology. And I think there has to be a safe haven where when you get home, there's actually one guy who I met at this Raj Health Spa, which I'm going to talk to you more about next week, the detoxification treatments that I had and all about that. But I wanted to mention that, he actually, in his house, which I'm going to create as well, you're unable to get cell phone reception. And if you come into the house, you have to put the cell phone in a box, and that box actually is protected to where if the phones are on, it doesn't emit any radiation. That's how serious he is. He's very interested in this, to just keep the cell phone radiation to a minimum. That it's best if your house doesn't even allow you. So if you are out of a country or you are far away from the cell phone tower, you're probably going to acknowledge anyway that you don't get great reception. And you're going to actually be better off than the people that are living in big cities very close to these towers. Now, there are different things that you can do. I won't go into all of them tonight. You can do your own reading, but if you are in a very, sort of urban city, and you have, just many cell phone towers close to you, then there are things that you can do to reduce that as well. So I'll show you another thing. So this is called a block sock, and I like to have this little sort of case. And this helps to block out and reduce some of the radiation. So it's called a block sock, and I've cut it out and put it in here. And this is where I got it less EMF, and then I put my cell phone in. So what happens is right here is the protection. And when I speak, I'm going to push it this way, actually opposite me, so this way. So what'll happen is the block sock is protecting it. It's this way, and so that the radiation is coming more out. And even though it goes everywhere, it's going to reduce it, so it won't go into my system as much. So that's really a great thing to do. I recommend that. You can also, if you don't want to use I'm going to show you. If you don't want to use if you don't have this little case like I do, then what you can do is you can put it in here, and this protects it all around, front and back. And believe it or not, if you put it on speakerphone, say you're in the car, you want to be on a conversation in the car, put it on speakerphone, and then just leave it on the dashboard. You'll be surprised. You will be able to hear the person. I was astonished. Now, people say, oh, well, I use a headset. My daughter says that I'm using a headset, and I'm very concerned about my daughter. I'm going to now publicly express my concern on my YouTube video. So Olivia, wherever you are, please listen up. So now these break easily, but I think they are improving them. So this is an air tube. Why is that? If you use a regular headset and you put them in like this, the radiation is going right into your brain. There's no gap. So what this does is the radiation stops here, and there's just air, so you don't have all of that intense radiation going right into your head. And it's much, much better. Again, you can get these at less EMF, has a wonderful air tube. You don't even realize this because most of you have not read your manual, but if you put your cell phone here, it actually tells you in the manual to keep at least like a 1/16 of an inch or some crazy number, which I don't know why they do that, but 1/16 of an inch, because they know you shouldn't really be right up against it, but even here is too close. And so what you can do is you can just, sometimes I do this. I don't want to even touch the phone. So I'm going to show you, I'll put it on a glass or something, I'll just sit the phone there, and then I talk. So if I'm on the phone, I have it right in front of me, and I can just talk. It's actually good to be on speakerphone. You can have your hands free, so you're as far away from the cell phone as possible. Another great thing is they have these cloths. So you can additionally, these are good. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. You can actually put this cloth over the box where you have Wi-Fi. So you just go like this, and there's my cell phone covered up, and this helps to block out the electromagnetic field, or at least reduce it. So this is microwave radiation. Try to eliminate it. Talk to your family, sit down with them, get the research. I will be posting some articles on my blog and on my website My website is www.yourayurveda, AYURVEDA, consultant.com. So you can look there and get more information on, I will have the transcripts from these YouTube videos up there. So reduce it, talk to your family, let them know that if they want to have higher brainwave coherence, they want to be less fatigued, they want to be more alert, it creates anxiety and feeling overwhelmed, then you should definitely reduce that. Now, in terms of Wi-Fi is also an issue. There's no reason why I know the wires are a nuisance, but if you organize your house properly, every room can have one wired line, just like we used to have. Because now the Wi-Fi is creating sleeplessness in people, fatigue. There's research that shows that they put plants in a Wi-Fi environment and they die more quickly than if you put them in a non-Wi-Fi environment. And they're doing studies on human beings as well. We just know it. You can look online, and if you don't really believe it, do your research. But this is not to be underestimated. And I would really encourage you all go back to a wired system. You just have Comcast or whoever you have as your provider come. And what's good is if you're even building a house or if you own your own house, you can really specify where you want it. So you're not cluttered with wires, and then you have one wire. But if you have a box, because even if you don't have, like we don't have Wi-Fi in this house, but the box contains some type of like a Wi-Fi unit that just sort of, the only way you can get an IP address, and it all works on IP address. So we put this over our box, this mesh that you can get at the lessemf.com. So we put this over the box, and that helps to reduce the radiation. We had this lady, if you're in the Chicago area, we have this lady, her name is Barbara Bobbitt, Bobbitt, I believe, and you can look her up. And she has all these very sophisticated apparatuses that detect electromagnetic field, microwave radiation, and so she can tell you where the hot spots. For example, I had a phone like this, just a regular simple phone, but it was working through an IP address, and it had a very intensive Wi-Fi unit in it. And that emitted, I had to shut one of them off because it emitted way too much radiation. So I took that away, and then it was all good again. So she helped us, and you can have that service where she'll come to your home, and she'll actually, help you with that. So, and there's actually experts all around the country. If you're from the California area, then you can, Aura Miller is there. He has his website, and I'm sure that we can help you to find people in your area if you need to. So the other thing is, if you are somewhere and there is Wi-Fi, then what you can make sure is that you're not right near the box. The box is emitting the highest level of radiation. And then you can, say you go to a friend's house or you're in the office and you're close to the main Wi-Fi box, you can actually just put this mesh over it, and that will help to reduce it. And by you not using Wi-Fi, like I have an office in Oak Brook Terrace, and so what I do is, even though there's Wi-Fi everywhere, because it's so much better to have a connection anyway, a wired connection for your work. My husband, he's in IT, he needs a wired connection, so he always has everything wired up. Once I plug into the wire and my Wi-Fi on the computer is not turned on, then I'm not getting that radiation because I'm not calling the wires in, the Wi-Fi into that room. And so it won't get into my system as much. And these things matter. I know it seems sort of hard to believe. Something that we can't see, we can't feel, we can't touch could have so much power, but it really does. And in the car, for example, I'm just checking the time. I don't want to go over my 30 minutes. Okay, so we have a few more minutes. So in the car, what can we do to protect ourselves from the electromagnetic field? Because there's something, again, that people are not used to and they don't know about, and that is truckers that would drive these big trucks that have a high electromagnetic frequency. They would, if they would go, for example, to a gas station, they had to have something called a biogrounder uh, on their car, because if they were to get out of the car by the gas station and they shut the car off, all of that electricity goes into their body and it can actually start a fire. And so it's, if you ever look on a truck when you're driving and you're behind a truck, look at the bottom. Most of them have these straps. And so these biogrounders became popular for that reason, to avoid fires at gas stations. And now you can actually buy one for your car. And I have one hanging from my car. It says made in France, so it's very chic. But what that does is you sit on a mat, very thin, and it's got a wire that attaches to some metal in the car. So when I get out of my car, because I drive a lot, I often got very fatigued, and this is a game changer. When I get out of the car, or when I shut the car off, that electricity does not go into my body. So when I drive many hours, I don't have the fatigue that I used to. And the difference is remarkable. So those of you that do drive, if you are a trucker, I know a lot of truck drivers, and if you do drive a lot, I would absolutely recommend it. Again, you go to lessemf.com, www.lessemf.com. They have everything. This is where I got that. They have these air tubes. So there you'll be on your cell phone with your air tube. Cell phone's going to be in the distance away from you in the car, so you're not getting it all in your car. And shut it off and just enjoy silence if you can. And then you'll have this to put over your box, your the computer box that hooks up, and just shut your Wi-Fi off. It's very easy to do. It'll cost you a little bit of extra money, but you can have Comcast come and say now, or whichever your provider is, I'd like to get wired service. You will still have access to Wi-Fi from time to time. If you really need Wi-Fi, put it on during the day, and then say that there's going to be a shut-off point in the house, maybe at 9 p.m. So at least from 9 p.m. maybe till 6 or 7 a.m. When you're sleeping, the Wi-Fi is off. I know it'll make a huge difference in your life. And you can look online. There are many articles, and I will repost this on my blog. And so I know that it's a huge sacrifice. It's something else that you have to think about in terms of your health, but I promise you that it'll be worth it. And it'll also help you to not be addicted to your cell phone and always have to have it on, that you can have other ways to access your text messages, your emails, having everything just flow, to your home phone or to your computer. So I hope you found this helpful. And as I mentioned, next week I will talk about Panchakarma and detoxification treatments that they do at the Raj Health Spa in Fairfield, Iowa. And I hope you have a wonderful week and that you've enjoyed this segment, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.